As Christians, we know that human beings aren't merely physical creatures. After all, Scripture talks about our immaterial souls in a wide variety of ways. The most common view among evangelical theologians and scholars is the one we've already described, which is called dichotomy, or the bipartite view. This is the doctrine that says human beings are composed of two fundamental parts, body and soul. Even so, not all evangelical theologians believe that our composition is best described in terms of a physical body and an immaterial soul. Some theologians instead affirm the doctrine of trichotomy, or the tripartite view. This view says human beings consist of three parts: body, soul, and spirit. Trichotomy primarily appeals to a small number of verses that distinguish between the human soul and spirit. For instance, Hebrews chapter 4 verse 12 says, "The word of God is living and active. Sharper than any double-edged sword, it penetrates even to dividing soul and spirit." Trichotomists argue that this verse presents the soul and spirit as distinct immaterial parts of human beings. Similar arguments are made from 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 44 and 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 23. Based on verses like these, trichotomists argue that the spirit and soul are not the same thing. Our soul is typically identified with our lower immaterial functions, such as those that animate our body and create our desires and appetites. By contrast, our spirit is associated with our higher immaterial functions, including those that connect us to God. But whether we affirm dichotomy or trichotomy, we should acknowledge that many evangelicals hold the other view in good conscience. And we should emphasize that both dichotomists and trichotomists agree that human beings are partly physical and partly immaterial.
Bipartite and tripartite views of the human being have been discussed for a long time, and both have some exegetical authority. So we shall not war over that, and it's not significant enough a question to hold one as orthodox and the other as heterodox.
The composition of our beings tells us that both our bodies and our souls are important. Sometimes we can be so focused on spirituality that we fail to care for our own physical needs or for the physical needs of those around us. Or more often, we emphasize the importance of physical life on earth to the point that we fail to give proper attention to our spiritual development. But our composition as body-soul beings encourages us to recognize the importance and the interrelatedness of both. If we're truly spiritually minded, then we'll honor God with our bodies in the physical world and will care for the physical needs of others. And if we truly seek to use our bodies to glorify God and do His work, it will produce spiritual growth in our hearts and souls.